the practice today will be a little bit connected more to the energy of the full moon. Like I'd mentioned before, right, in yoga, we don't really ascribe to a lot of strict Jyotish or astrological influences, but the one we do ascribe to is the moon and the effect of the new moon and the full moon on our practice, on the way we're feeling, and especially on the cultivation of sadhana during kind of peak times, right? Where the energies in the body are more attuned to or sensitive to the energies in the universe. So go ahead and close your eyes. Let the lower jaw relax down away from the upper jaw so that a sensitivity can be established in the soft palate region of the Talu chakra, which helps, create this doorway effect into the third eye center. And then above the third eye center, between the third eye center and the crown of the head, is the Soma Chakra. Soma means Amrit or nectar. And the Soma Chakra is the chakra that's characterized by the moon. And the nectar is that life energy, the ojas that we get that determines our lifespan, right? And if we do nothing, then drop by drop from the central moon, the Soma Chakra, every drop of that amrit, that nectar, comes down and is burned up in the digestive fire, and we age, right? That's according to the science of yoga. But if we do certain processes, certain bandhas, pranayama, meditative practices, then we close that gateway and we preserve the nectar in that full moon region of the Soma Chakra. So now with the outer full moon, right, the nectar is full. The moon is full of nectar, of ambrosia. And sometimes it's hard to hold that energy, hard to hold that fullness. So we prepare our body and mind to hold, to be a vessel for engaging with more and more capacity in the world, in our practice, with our kleshas and samskaras. So as you start to deepen your breath in Samavritti and feel the rubbing sensation of the breath, the Talu chakra, the soft palate and the throat center in Ujjayi, just feeling, especially on the inhalation, that slight stimulation upwards into the region from the soft palate up to the third eye center, to the Soma chakra and beyond. And then as you exhale, let there be a strength and balancing in the feeling of the foundation of the body to hold the energy. So you focus on the quality of the energy of the base support, pratishtham or mool adhara. With your next inhalation, bring the palms together in front of the heart, bowing the head lightly for our invocation. Guru Mantra. Gently chanting Om 3 times. Om. 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 अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम तत्सत्। With your next inhalation, let's bring the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. With your breath, start to lengthen the intervertebral space. And a lengthening that's not rigid, but celebrates the pliancy, the softness, the flexibility of the space between the joints of the spine. And that same flexibility, softness in the expression of your face, reflected through the thoughts in your mind. 54 rounds of Kapalbhati, right? Up to. So if you need to stop, you'll stop. Or if you're on your cycle, you just focus on longer exhalations through the contraction of the navel center and the transversus muscle. As you're ready, with your next inhalation, rise your mind up the spine to that Talu Chakra region. Every exhalation will feel like a knocking here at the doorway of the Talu Chakra. Draw up Mula Bandha, chin comes down, and begin. Forceful exhale, passive inhale. Bind your mind to the place of focus. So that pranayama becomes a dharana practice, a concentration practice. And whenever you feel complete, gently take the arms down and come back to your Samavriti breathing. Three breaths to expand and contract the lungs, specifically feeling the lower lobes of the lungs here. Good. And then with your next inhalation, gently opening the eyes, gazing downwards first, and then stepping the feet onto the ground, coming up to stand, Tadasana. We're going to move through some Uttanasana vinyasas. Vinyasas in our forward fold and backward bend, right? So maybe you like to come to the front of your mat or wherever you feel comfortable. Feet in Tadasana, feet can be together or hip width apart. Traditionally, the feet are together, but see what's comfortable for the placement of your hips and the balance of your mind. Connect to the place of prana deep in the heart center. And, sometimes it's not very deep. Maybe you just feel it at the surface of the breastbone, the feeling of the rise and fall of the chest, and that's enough. As you inhale, let's take the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up. And then as you exhale, come halfway down, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend the knees as much as you need to. It's so early on in the practice, so give yourself a lot of leeway. As you breathe in, press down through the heel bones, rise up. As you come to the peak of your inhalation, start to lift the breastbone, gaze up. And then exhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Same position of the arms. Good. Inhale, soften the toes as you rise, arc the upper back, gaze up, and now moving all the way down into Purna Uttanasana, forward folding all the way to the ground. Keep the fingers interlaced or at the hands at the hips. As you breathe in, right, the movement will go faster because you have a longer distance to cover, rising up. Arc the upper back, about 5 seconds to come up. And then breathing out. Again, extend out through the spine and forward fold. Good. One more time. Inhale. Enjoy the rhythmic movements of the body. Very good for the nervous system. Now separate the hands. Exhale, forward fold. And place the hands anywhere on a support of the legs, feet, or alongside the toes on the ground. Turn the head to look down. 3 breaths. Crown of the head down towards the ground and feeling that light pressure building in the Vishuddhi chakra area of the throat, your thyroid, into the third eye center area of the pineal and pituitary glands, brain stem. Good. Now strengthen your feet against the ground as you inhale, hands to the hips or interlace the fingers, extend out. Keep the arms in line with the side of the head as you rise up. Arc the upper back, gaze up. And then exhale, separate the hands. Again, slowly coming down. Don't move too fast. You might get dizzy otherwise. Cross your lower arms and hold on to opposite lower legs. Now as you breathe in, extend the elbows, gaze forward, right? Feeling the expansion in the back body. As you breathe out, bend your elbows, maybe even bend your knees deeper, and bring the nose towards the knees or the lower legs. Good, and 3 breaths. Inhaling to lengthen out, nose points forward, gazing over the bridge of the nose, and exhale, nose points inward, gazing towards the navel center. One more time. Balancing pairs of opposites. As you breathe in next, interlace the fingers, hands to the hips, rise up. Arc the upper back. And as you breathe out, let's come back to Asana Sthiti, Tadasana. Arms down by the sides, relax. Let your breath go if the heart rate is moving fast. So one of the qualities of asana is to balance the dvandvas, the pairs of opposites. Pleasure and pain, loss and gain, all of the things that give suffering in the body, in the mind. By mindfully, with awareness, moving through opposite actions, by mindfully, with awareness, becoming aware of inhale and exhale, opposite effects, we learn to hold the dvandvas. Now, as you breathe in, take the arms out to the sides and reach up. Next, vinyasa and uttanasana. As you breathe out, separate the hands, fold all the way down. This time, reach for your big toes, bend your knees as much as you need to. Right, peace fingers and thumbs around the big toes. Soften the upper body towards the ground. And then with your next breath in, press the feet into the earth, strengthen the legs, and then reach the face forward, heart forward, lengthening the elbows, gazing forward. Right? Feeling the stimulation in the backs of the legs as you exhale, soften the elbow and knee joints. And relax deeper, bringing the upper body closer to the lower body. About 2 more times. Long, deep breaths. If you can breathe even longer than 5 seconds, inhale, 5 seconds, exhale. Excellent. Do so. Don't limit your capacity. If you can't quite breathe 5 seconds, then try 4. Good. Letting go of the toes on your next exhalation. As you breathe in, if you need support, hands on the hips, otherwise interlace the fingers. Bring the arm bones in line with the head and then rise the hips up. Arc the upper back at the peak. Exhale. This time take the arms down, back behind you. Bring either holding onto the opposite wrists, opposite elbows, or Prishta Anjali, reverse Namaste at the mid back. If you feel any pain in your wrists when you do this, don't do it. Good. Basic thing is here to just feel the connection of the arms against some part of the spine. And that's going to be a really interesting sensation when we forward fold. Now take the shoulders back and down. As you breathe in, press into the heel bones, energize the back lines of the legs, lift the breastbone, gaze up. And then as you breathe out, forward fold all the way into Purna Uttanasana, full forward fold over the legs. Stay with the vinyasas. As you breathe in, rise up, feel the curve of the spine straightening against the arms, rise up, arc the upper back, feel the arms moving or hands moving into the back. And then as you breathe out, fold. Take your time, please. 1 more round, and we'll meet in a forward fold with the arms behind us. Good. Now coming into the forward fold. If you feel any strain, just take the hand position down a notch. So if you're in Prishta Anjali, maybe hold opposite elbows. If you're holding opposite elbows, opposite wrists, just holding on to the fingers, right? So you can just relax into the posture and feel the reverse action. So another way that we preserve the Soma nectar is inverting, right? Bringing the moon down and the sun up. The sun is in our belly, the moon is in the center of our head. And we just catch that nectar in the bowl of the skull and keep it there. Inverting helps us to reduce or slow down the effects of aging. Good. Especially along the spine. Now, Next breath in, gently rise up. Take it really slow. Let the blood reverse direction. And next breath out, Samastitihi in Tadasana, mountain pose. Eyes open if you're feeling any dizziness or lightheadedness. Eyes closed, otherwise focusing on the pranasthana deep in the heart center. Feeling the perhaps balancing effect of these vinyasas. Parshva Bhangi. Take your next breath to reestablish Samavriti. Yeah. And then as you breathe in, take the arms out to the sides and all the way up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, chin slightly down. As you exhale, light side bend to the right side. Empty, empty, empty completely. Breathe in, rising to the center. And breathe out, light side bend over to the left side. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out over to the right. This time we'll stay. If it's more comfortable to hold the left wrist in the right hand, you can, right? Otherwise, fingers are flipped. Head is neutral, gaze is neutral. And then the inner gaze is focusing, especially on the longer exhalations now, to empty any stagnant prana, energy, any stagnation of unfiltered air in the lower lobes of the lungs. Good. Press into the feet as you breathe in, rise. Right? Never shorten your breath just to catch up with me, please, as you breathe out over to the left side. Right? Stabilize the head so that your chin isn't dropping down. Your head is just in line with the two upper arm bones. And just enjoy that feeling of emptying, especially into that right lung region. Good. With your next breath, breathing in, rise up. And with your next breath out, relax the arms down. Samastitihi. Gazing downwards at the heart center or eyes closed. Every movement, further exploration of the self. Good. Last standing asana, let's move to the center of the long edge of our mat. Inhale, take the arms out to the sides. Exhale completely. Soften the knee joints. At the end of your exhalation, step or hop the feet apart. Toes out, heels in. Good. Generally, feet underneath the hands are a little bit closer than the hands. We drop strings down. We would find the strings around our ankles, from our wrist to our ankles. Yeah. As you breathe in, now take the arms up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Parshvottanasana, as you breathe out, turn the hips. Let's do the left side, because that's where my hips are going. Good. You don't always have to do right first, right? So as you turn the hips to the left, stabilize the back leg, either by bringing it a little bit more forward or a little bit more out to the right side. So the hips feel secure and safe, that they have that mool adhara, that base support, root support in the legs themselves. Good. Now, as you breathe in, arc the upper back, gaze up, separate the hands, and then as you breathe out, bring the hips back in space, reach the palms forward, and then all the way down towards that left leg. Anywhere along the leg you can hold, along the sides of the foot, onto blocks, as the nose turns in towards the thigh or the knee or the shin, depending on our body structure, right? 3 breaths. Remember, the purpose of asana is to calm down rajas, excitability, excess movement of the mind. We can facilitate that by longer exhalations in Ujjayi now. Notice if the eyes are darting around, and close the eyes or fix them on one point on the body. Notice what the mind is saying to you in the asana. Good. Choose how you would like to come up with more support, hands to the hips. Otherwise, interlace the fingers, press the palms down towards the foot first, extend the arms out into the Ardha version, and then rise up. As you rise up, turn back towards the center. And then as you breathe out, hips turn to the right side. Good. Both legs relatively long and straight. And then decide what you want to do with your left back leg, either out to the side more or forward more for more stability. Good. Both legs equally pressing. Inhale, arc the upper back, gaze up. As you exhale, separate the hands first, turn the chin down, and then reach long over that front leg. And let the fingers decide where they want to touch down and what they want to touch down upon. Good. If you're having a hard time breathing in this posture, some people might lift the head slightly so that your face, your head is more in line with the heart. That'll help to open the upper lobes of the lungs and get more oxygen in. Otherwise, the head is down. Good. How can I utilize the posture to balance the dvandvas, the seeming pairs of opposites that pull my mind, my attention? Good. Now, as you breathe in, stabilize your legs, stabilize the hips, rise up. Turn back through center. Beautiful. As you breathe out, hands to the hips, soften the knees, step or hop the feet together as you turn back towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up and out. Exhale, fold all the way down to the ground. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale here. Energize the palms. Hold the breath lightly as you step or hop back. High or low chaturanga. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. 1 to 3 breaths, depending on your comfort. And about on that third exhalation, or when you feel complete, you'll hop through to Dandasana, seated position. So either step the feet through or hop through if you like to hop, and kick out the legs in front of you. Good. From here, reach forward to the outsides of the knees. Turn the toes out, so you externally rotate the toes, and then pull the feet in to Baddha Konasana. Holding anywhere along the lower legs or wrapping the fingers around the toes. You can also experiment, which is so nice, all for your sacrum, to wedge the sacrum against the wall. And then the process of Baddha Konasana takes over much more easily if you feel any tightness in the lower back region. Now, neck secure in Jalandhara Bandha. That means the brainstem region is long. And we're going to start to prepare for our pranayama just through the breath ratio here. So as we inhale, we're going to inhale through the nostrils for 4. And as we exhale, we're going to exhale focusing on Ujjayi pranayama for 8. Remember, Ujjayi is that rubbing sensation, the feeling of the breath swirling around in the throat and soft palate region. And just continuing this pattern. As you inhale, the throat relaxes, your mind goes through your nostrils, breath is quiet. And as you exhale, the breath becomes audible again and takes its descent from the throat region down towards the base of the body. As you do this, perhaps the holdings or contractions in the muscles of your inner groin or the back body allow you to go a little bit deeper into Baddha Konasana. That means you can maybe bring the heels a little bit closer towards the perineum, towards Mula Bandhasana. Only if the breath remains stable. Good. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And then with your next breath in, soften your fingers, let go of whatever you're holding on to, right? Maybe hold on to your ankles instead and just cross your legs into your preferred seated position. If that's in a chair, you'll get up in a chair, right? Generally, when we're preparing to do pranayama and meditation, we want to be in a position in our body where we can maintain that position for about 20 minutes, right? So what's a comfortable place where I can remain relatively still, if I had to, for about 20 minutes? And if that's not possible, then we use supports, or we move in a very light and effortless way. Now bring your dominant hand into Mrigi Mudra, folding down the peace fingers towards the palm, and bring that hand towards the face. Reestablish the length of the spine, reestablish your awareness of the 3 bandhas, feeling the pelvic floor, feeling the abdomen, and feeling the throat. Today we're going to do actually a pranayama we haven't done in a really long time, at least with me, which is Pratiloma Ujjayi. Pratiloma means moving against the grain, right? And the movement is closing one nostril, breathing in, and then as we breathe out, breathing out Ujjayi. So breathe, our inhalation is through the nostril and the exhalation is Ujjayi. Relax your throat, relax your face. And let's see how much time we have. We'll do anywhere from 10 to 20 pranayamas. So take a breath in. And breathe out completely, emptying the lungs. We'll start with the right nostril. Close the left nostril. Inhale right for 4. 3, 4. Open both nostrils. Exhale Ujjayi for 8. 6, 7, 8. Close the right nostril. Inhale left for 4. 4. Open both as you lightly hold the breath and exhale 8. Ujjayi. 6, 7, 8. Inhale right nostril. Now focusing on that stream, thin stream of prana into the right eye region, into the Soma Chakra region. Open both nostrils. Exhale, Ujjayi. 6, 7, 8. Inhale left nostril. Through the left eye, into the midbrain and above, into the Soma Chakra. Exhale, Ujjayi. 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. Holding at the fullness of the full moon in the center of the head. Exhale, Ujjayi. 8 counts. Inhale left. Hold as you open both nostrils. Exhale, Ujjayi. 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. I'll keep guiding, but if your pace is slower or faster than mine, no worries. Hold. Collect your consciousness in the Soma Chakra. Exhale, Ujjayi. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale, Ujjayi. 7, 8. Inhale right. Four. Hold. Exhale, Ujjayi. Open both nostrils. 7, 8. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale, Ujjayi. Right, we've just completed 10 pranayamas or 10 breaths. 6, 7, 8. Inhale right. Extending the hold now. Hold maybe up to 4. 3, 4. Exhale, Ujjayi. 7, 8. Inhale left. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, Ujjayi. 8. Inhale right. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, Ujjayi. Relax your face and shoulders. 6, 7, 8. Inhale left. 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, Ujjayi. Getting lost in the rhythm, getting lost in the subtlety of the prana. Inhale right. Hold. Exhale, Ujjayi. Last one. Inhale left. Hold, going deep into yourself. 4. Exhale, Ujjayi. Hand can come down and relax. After Ujjayi, let the breath recalibrate on its own. So no more control of breathing. Normal, natural breath as the face comes to neutral. And for the last few minutes of class, I'd like you to choose whether you'd like to remain in a seated pose or now come into Shavasana and just rest and let the energy flow through the body. Remember softness, suppleness, and promoting that sattvic state of mind, a mind that is feeling lightness, clarity, purity. So change your posture if you'd like. Start to follow the natural flow of breathing from the nostrils to the inner corners of the eyes, the surface of the eyebrow center, and then inwards to the midbrain, and then upwards to that full moon Soma Chakra. And then reverse that directionality. Right? So nostrils, inner corners of the eyes, surface of the eyebrow center, inwards to the midbrain, and then upwards just a few centimeters above the midbrain, and then back down and out. And along that pathway, there might be one place that is calling to you more, maybe to fix your attention or fix your concentration, and you're welcome to stay there for a few breaths. Otherwise, you can continue to flow. Forgetting that we have a face or there's an outline, and letting the energy body, the pranamaya kosha, take over as we start to feel the expansiveness of this pathway of prana, not limited to our physical form. And then even letting go of the technique and feeling that pulsation, vibration of that inner life force. And maybe even going to the very source of that life source, that life force, prana. Start to descend the mind or this awareness that you've cultivated, the buddhi part of the mind, reflective of the self, into the heart center. Again, not a physical place, but an energetic field. and then into the pelvic center. And then into the ground below you, as though you are seated upon an open lotus, gaining energy from the earth below. The Padma seat, a lotus seat of the yogi. As you inhale, bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra. And embodying, inhabiting that quality, the body, the energy of the yogi or the yogini. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. As you exhale, now surrender this body back to Mother Earth. Idam Namama. Not mine, not mine, not mine. Inhale to rise, rubbing the palms together, not only to generate heat and to feel the prana in the palms, but to come back to the physical form. And that heat will then be placed at the eyes, encouraging the indriyas, the sense organs, to turn outwards again, but from a different source point. And slowly coming back. Good. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.